Okay, welcome back everybody. This is just a quick video on the fuzzy select and color select by color tool. Some questions have come up in one of my videos, and there was a question on why I'm only selecting one item and not all the items of a certain color when I do my templates. I just brought up this quick little drawing I'm working on. I'll show you what I'm doing with that. I'm on the fuzzy select tool. There's mode right here, right down here under your toolbox. There's a little fuzzy select option. When you pick each tool, it changes it. Fuzzy select, and then there's modes. This mode is replace whatever I'm clicking on. So if you're selecting that ribbon, that stripe, and then you want to add this stripe, you see how it deselected the first one? That's because it's going to replace the current selection. You can go to this second tool, which is add to the current selection. And then you can add even things from different colors to that selection. You can see over on the right over here, everything is now selected. And that is how you do that. You can also subtract from the selection. So if I were to pick all these and then by mistake hit a white one, I want to just clear the white one out, I could subtract from the selection and clear out the white one and keep the orange. The fuzzy select tool has a few options that way. The other question was, how do I get them all at once? So if I'm in the fuzzy select tool and I'm on the add or replace, I pick one and it doesn't get the other ones. Depending on your threshold and what select by type you use, instead of using fuzzy select, I'm going to go select none here. Use this select by color tool and it'll pick everything in the image on the layer you're on of that color. You see how this didn't get them all because my threshold's too low. You see on this one the threshold's only 23. When I was in my fuzzy select I had it up to 100. 100's about normal for that, so select none. We'll crank this up to around 100 and we'll try it again. Boom, there you go. And it actually picked up some of the white outline. So it went a little too high that time, or maybe I picked an area of the orange that was a little more closer to white. So we can pull the threshold down just a little bit. Try it again on a darker section. It's still picking up a little bit of that down there. What you can do with that is exactly this, what I was just talking about. You can use your free select tool and you can remove from the selection anything you pick up in that area. A little fine line there without zooming in, but looks like I made it work for the most part. But that will uncheck all of the pieces that you don't want. And then if you switch tools, you have to switch tools and go back to it, and you can do it again. I'm going to zoom in on this one, make it a little easier for myself. And with this free select, you can click, 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 or you can drag it. Either way, but then that removes everything that isn't orange. This image seems to be a little tougher, but you can work with this on the color tool. You can bring it down. You will be able to pick just the ones you want, and that did it. However, if you notice, it's not getting the feathered edges because GIMP uses bitmaps. It can't really define a vector image because it's not using a vector scale to make this image and make this selection. So it's not going to pick them all up. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit and find your sweet spot. I think around 100 works better. Pick up the extra white that you don't want and then remove it because you'll get more of the orange because it'll push out into those other layers. Just give you a little bit of cleaner image. Also, if you want to add, like say you wanted to, like the item behind this is black. So what I could do here is I could actually stroke this selection once I remove the white. Let's go ahead and remove the white. And I'm going to show you this really interesting option to help fill in the colors, because when you're working with paints, especially with iRacing paints, there's a lot of times where your layers are overlapping each other. So I removed all the white there, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this while these pieces are selected on this layer. I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to call it stroke 1. I use this a lot and put it on top, and then I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to go with a black so it kind of hides it. And what this is going to do is it's going to outline everything that's dotted right now is going to turn into a solid black line. and it's under edit and it's under stroke selection. You can pick how wide you want your line to be. You can make it extremely drastic, which you may want or not want. I actually like usually doing them fairly thin, and I'll show you what I do with it here in a second. It'll take me a minute or two to get to it. Do it around 3, do the stroke, it makes the outline. I put the outline behind the image. Okay, so then you get a nice crisp image. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove everything else and show you what we have. And by doing that, let's go ahead and take this layer, edit, copy. This is probably the fastest way. Paste as a new layer. We'll call that orange. Call that the stroke. We'll turn off the car. And the orange layer didn't work. Edit, undo. Why didn't that work? Because I wasn't selected on the layer. Select that layer, edit, copy, edit, paste as a new layer. I love doing things wrong so I can show you what I did. And now you have this. If you have a black background item, this is a great way to make your crisp image on the car. Crisp lines. So there it is. That's the difference between the selection tools and how they work. Hopefully that helps. Short little video. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.